it's time to Ebenezer Scrooge our way into our newfound pool of money in Conversation Castle.
Eric, how'd you feel about session? Questions, comments, concerns?
It was fine. I just remember to type in platinum and gold gotten.
All right, have a good night.
If you're gonna
You
rush
needed to
through
go,
this,
right?
I'm not gonna upload it, by the way.
Eric needed to go.
Oh,
At least
right.
that's
Alright, that's
said.
fine.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Eric.
Okay. Now, with that being done,
And the music's good now.
so the so it is 50 coins per one weight, however that's supposed to calculate. So with the bag of holding specifically, I would need you to list out, like, if you have the list of what's in the bag of holding, I could give you I can give you an estimate of how much wealth you would be able to take. I'm not going to be that asshole and run rules as written, where you just tell me how much you're shoving into the bag, because your answer would obviously be as much as we can, and then your bag of holding would destroy itself. Because if you actually go over the weight limit of a bag of holding, it tears and everything is lost into the astral sea. I'm not that asshole. So I'm just gonna say that now. I can give you a coin maximum, and from there.
Okay, so I know that logically this couldn't be possible, but also can it still be roleplayed as the mayor literally just shoving gold into her bag until it can't anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Is when your bag is full, it just stops taking stuff and starts. You just try and put it in, and it just falls onto the ground.
If you cram it in, that's when it rips.
Yeah, I'm specifically not being that asshole and
Or it's
letting
just
you tear
put
your
one
bag
gold
full.
in and suddenly strip, it's all gone.
Yeah,
I could try to calculate how much we have on ourselves to some degree.
So, by the way, Sandra,
Yeah.
the platinum that you grab, those are in trade bars. You know the stereotype gold bar?
Yeah.
Though the trade bars, which are fucking rarely used in 5e, they do exist. They are an item. I read it in the DMG. It's basically that, but stamped with a this is a fucking thing. So the what's the fucking place called? Cassell, the capital.
Yeah.
Cassell has their stamp and allows the Cassell, if you take a trade bar to Cassell, they will be this is valid, we've given it our stamp. We will give you the 100 platinum worth of regular platinum. And
So we have to get it traded in.
No. As long as a merchant is able to identify this is a legitimate trade bar, which it has the Cassellian stamp, then they would accept it. So,
Yeah, but how many merchants are running around with 100 platinum?
Yeah, that's kind of what the issue is with trade bars, of a lot of the time they can't give you the change for that because it's not possible.
Too much money.
Okay, we have to go to the bank.
I was really thinking that, of just we have to go find a bank so I can deposit my over 1,000 pounds of gold I'm going to be taking.
So
Yeah.
the thing is, the trade bars, one platinum trade bar is 1,000 gold pieces. Because they're in bouts of 100. So
I did the math.
weighs out to the same. So, like, if you're buying magic items, trade bars fucking flow like water. But it's... Sorry, I had to burp. Like, regardless, like, if you walk into some podunk-ass town and try and get it changed for a trade bar, they don't have that much coin in the town. So, yeah, merchant ain't gonna fucking accept that shit. They would accept it, but they're not gonna give you the correct change.
It's like that
for it.
situation in like Elder Scrolls or Fallout where it's just like, you know, they literally can't pay, so it's like, do you just want to give this to them anyway because you want the thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we need to go to the bank. Where do we go from here?
Wherever
Probably
you'd
try to
like.
figure out a way to track down what's her face, or maybe consider the caves to the south, or
Okay, for
and
reference,
overpower.
I remember at the beginning of this session, we talked, and I'm like, hey, we're good with stopping this arc, right? Because people are tired of it.
I'm cool with
So,
stopping this arc.
We've been here
like,
a while.
You are attempting to track someone who had enough time. They knew they were being sieged. They went around and collected everything that they would that would be able to track them down, and then teleported. So you can't follow their footsteps. Like, even if you do manage to follow their footsteps, they stood in a place and disappeared. They are flat gone. You can't track that.
They just straight up disappeared.
Mm-hmm. So you need to be able to find them, maybe through scrying. That's typically either
Look, yeah, we did our
scrying or there's a handful of ways that you're able to do it. Just use a wish. Use a wish to find them. Easy.
I'm not
It
that
is.
determined to kill them.
So it's one of those things of it needs to be taken care of eventually, but
That's
we need
for
a change of
another
tone
arc.
of game. Yeah,
Oh
people
my
are
god, the
bored of
elephant
this.
that we let go is bad.
How can we get these how can we get these orcs to transfer power them, or resolve their
carefully.
issues?
I don't know, but
Stupid.
Sandra has her next priorities figured out, so...
Glorious. Hey, Dante. Here's bread for dough. I'm good. I'm a fucking clown.
I'm a clown honk, I don't want this.
Honk.
So
A clown wasn't actually meant to be a politician.
says you. So I legitimately I had things already set up, and you have a handful of choices that you can make. But
There are definitely some things I want to get out of the way before we start the next arc.
I'm just like, all right, so we're done here. We're tired of this, and everyone, gave that thumbs up. And I'm like, all right, so make your way outside of town. And then you turned around and went deeper, and it's like, motherfucker, all right.
We might as well milk the place of its loot first.
Also,
Gave up
by the
pirate
way,
and
Bunch
kingdom.
of things
I'm gonna
still
do what I was
unresolved here,
born
like-
to.
What about the people in the Southern Tavern? Do they know that it's over, or...
eventually, if you
They get
leave
reunited
town
with their
and
loved
tell, if you leave town and they're like, by the way, there's people in the Southern Tavern, get them and get them to safety. Your soldiers will be like, okay, fine, we'll do. And they walk in, they get them from the tavern, and if that's it. You don't need to make an entire, quest line of going and rescuing them. No, you just, their footnote. You
Look,
tell
look.
someone to take care of it for you. You're fucking level 9. You have
Steve,
saved a portion of the country.
And yet,
Steve,
Sandra
tell the paladins
just
to
wants
do
to go
that for
home.
us, so-
Then
You can tell the
fucking use
paladins.
the scroll to go home. I gave it to you.
There is no scroll to go... Wait, is there?
Unless
We
it
have a
happens in
scroll
front of
to
us, it doesn't
teleport
matter.
to
Oh.
You have
the Wizard
3
City,
scrolls.
Elvania, and Granite Keep.
It's almost like I listened to what people wanted and had plans to do this sessions ago.
Damn, sounds like you're a good team or
I'm
something.
pulling up the
I
map.
tried.
What were they again?
There was Wizard City, Granite Keep, and Albania.
Take the teleport to Albania.
I-
3 or 4 days walk through the elven countryside.
Legitimately, I
We could go
was planning.
just take our money over to Albania and deposit it in a bank.
So pick any of
Yeah.
these 3. I guess I'll post it in the fucking
So
chat there.
the,
Where do you go? Wizard City,
thing that
Albania,
I-
Granite Keep.
the thing that I did was I thought of where the party would potentially want to go going forward, and where it just would be fun. And I didn't want to heavily weigh it in one direction because obviously Sandra wants to go home. That you haven't shut up about that.
I
and-
also want to be clear. It's gonna be like 1 or 2 days, guys.
And a
so
fault with a god dragon.
In and out to the fucking
Like in and out.
Feywild?
Like she just
Not
has some
Feywild?
shit she needs to get off her plate and then go.
So is it the Feywild or just like a house somewhere near the forest?
no, they live in Shurthor.
Sure, Thor.
Like, the
Sure,
town.
Thor. Where is that again?
That's right.
It-
Pretty much smack
the
dab
east.
in the middle of the Elflands.
I need to look up the world map again. Elflands. Okay, Albania teleport, I guess. I see.
Yeah, we just take a 4-day walk through the elven countryside.
Again, though, isn't your home ransacked by a dragon god?
That's the
Different
old
continent.
home. This is new home. Sure, Thor is home now.
Okay.
I'm sorry that wasn't tremendously clear.
I mean,
Because I was just saying, it sounds like you're trying to go for basically a final boss character, and it's just like, bruh.
no. Like,
I don't think
eventually,
he was even there anymore. I think he just
And-
left the wreckage.
No, eventually Sandra is gonna want to go home, but right now she just wants to go home. But like home is just would be just like for closure.
That would be the end of the character.
I have plans for that, like reasons why she would keep going with the party.
Also, I would like to put this out there. If for some reason it is an option on the table, it doesn't seem likely, but you absolutely can just do Demer's quest line at any time. You can, legitimately, it's a let's just fucking sail into the middle of the ocean and fuck up some pirates. Like, if the party chooses to do that, all power to them. You are like heroes of the country at this point.
I also kind of wanted to do this one bit with like all of us in a bar talking about like reconciling on what's happened since God, how long have we been doing this? Since June.
That's gonna be awkward for Demer.
We've been here a very long time.
Also, this is the second time I've used Featherfall to, well, at the time I thought save the party.
This is also the first time I have referenced your other characters.
Arya.
Since, yeah, Arya. The first time I've referenced her since she left.
She just didn't like these vibes, man. She left.
I'm out.
I'm a head out.
Books.
Okay, so anyway, it's past midnight and I do have to work in the morning. So,
I liked the
with
session. It was a lot better than the last one. Everyone interacted really well, and Steve is a really good DM, and I appreciate all he does for us.
I do appreciate all
Thank
the
you.
RP in this session. Yes.
Yeah, let's go to Sandra's place next time.
okay. Any other recommendations besides make sure I fucking prep the correct things, because I don't know why I didn't expect you to fucking turn around.
You
like,
have one map for Sandra's place, and that's all you need. The
I
rest
guess
can
the
be
problem
theater
was
of the
not
mind.
understanding that, like, us being done with the arc didn't mean we were done with Orzer. Just, you can ask, are you guys gonna fucking stick around in Orzer, or are you gonna leave?
There's a few things left unresolved in Orzer. We're just gonna mop all that up, and then we're gonna go.
mhm.
And do it for those or draw or whatever. I don't know how Zach's gonna deal with Boot Verdo besides just. Alright, I'm
Hi.
You got a
out.
week to figure that out.
Here's some money.
I
You're in
mean,
charge.
do
Make
you
this place work. I'm
Leave
gonna
the
be like the
shaman in
last
charge.
chief later, guys.
Literally,
Would
leave
you
the
like
shaman
insight?
in charge.
Zach is just gonna pull what the last fucking chief did and go on an adventure.
would you like some insight on potential options?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you can, yes, do what the previous chieftain did and just leave the sage, the elder, in charge. That absolutely a commonplace thing when large adventures are needed. Chieftains have disappeared for multiple years at a time before. And so long as you can prove that you're still alive every once in a while, you're still the chieftain. But that is one of the options. You can choose to lose a fight to someone. If you really wanted to, you can, like, one of the options was the dwarven chieftain of Chaldrill would offer to take your and Dante's positions, and all you have to do is, lose a challenge, which, fucking, you just say that you don't give a shit and give it to him. He's not particular on the rules, but you can literally give it to whomever. You can give it to one of the NPCs. You can fake losing a fight.
Give it to Gree.
Yeah, give it to Gree, because Gree is the best, and definitely not just a random house servant that you forced upon a pact and took on an adventure and made them like a level 5 warlock or some bullshit.
Chieftain
Like,
Pack.
Gree's career choices have been changed irrevocably.
Chieftain
Welcome
Pack.
to being a warlock.
Anyway, good night.
Good night.
Chieftain Pack.
anyway,
I don't
yeah.
know. What level is Peck now? 4?
Not even.
Anyway, I will. I need to scoot. Have a good
Yeah.
night.
You get. All right, I'll see you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. And goodbye.